Trossard says, when we get a set piece, we're confident we can score. Might be something of an understatement
we get
at the
excited.
moment for Arsenal.
Absolutely. I mean, you start to then think, as a player and as an attacking player, we don't necessarily need to be as exact and actually create a chance anymore, get an assist, we can play for set pieces. The scope of what you can then achieve when you're in possession of the ball just becomes so much bigger, and obviously then you're getting the big guys off the back. The delivery is always excellent, but put that together with we just saw the run of the last 7 games. All victories, only 1 goal conceded in that. So you put both of those together, they're strong at both ends of the pitch, and everything's going their way at the moment.
Only Nick Voltemada in those 7 games has managed to score a goal against them. It was 2.5 games before they even had a shot against them till the second half there. I mean, they're just so hard to try and break down.
But yeah, they're so stingy. But it's not only their back 5 I talked about before the game of thinking they're the best in the league. Well, I look at Timber again today, and he's got everything. I mean, it's just so powerful. He's quick. He's good on the ball. He tucks around. He's a leader. Saliba comes off injured there today. Looks like they're trying to protect a little injury from him. Mascara comes on. Looks like it's a seamless transition. He just comes on, does the job. Calafiori comes off. They make changes and they're able to cope. Declan Rice comes off with a little injury. I think he was carrying an ankle injury from the first half. But if he can't make the next game, there's no dramas anymore because of the squad that they've built. Look, every team wants to, play expansive football, put a load of passes together and open teams up and score from open play. But you can't always do it, especially when teams sit on a low block, like Palace did today. Palace were going nowhere. They were quite happy just to suffer out of possession and try and score on a counter-attack. They're a threat. We know they're a threat because they're a side they're party poopers. Wherever they go, they cause a problem. But Arsenal just don't panic and they just think, we might have to score from different means today. It might not be pretty, but we need maximum points, really. We're at home. And they don't panic. And I think they've got that calmness and belief that eventually they will score. If they don't score from the first header, the first contact on their set pieces, everyone knows from fine detail where they need to be when that ball might drop. And that's exactly what Eze did. I mean, Gabriel makes it good. He can't get the header on target, but he knows he can put it down into an area where they're coming in. And that's exactly what they did. I mean, the pass, without the delivery, it all falls down. But he just knocks it back into that area and Adam Wharton switches off, unfortunately. Guy drops in, plays them all onside straight away. And he just knocks it down into that area and Eze just steals the march on Adam Wharton and finishes it brilliantly. The technique to keep that down is fantastic.
Yeah, I always feel Arsenal are on the move in those areas as well. Their movement is great, but they're also, they all know their particular jobs. The delivery is excellent. The big guys attack a certain area, and the smaller guys are then anticipating where the ball might land, where it might go to, and on that occasion, Eze's quickest to it and a brilliant finish.
That was probably Crystal Palace's fans' worst nightmare this morning, that he hadn't scored yet in the Premier League for Arsenal. He was going to do it today against Palace.
Yeah, I mean, he owes a lot to Crystal Palace. They're the club what made him. He's had an opportunity built up at Queen's Park Rangers and he wanted to play in the Premier League. Palace took him. He was very good for them, but they were also good for... he showed the respect when he celebrated there, but he's got the move what he wanted. He was already a hero before he goes to Arsenal because it's... the analogy I use, it was like Tottenham have got a Christmas present on New Year's Eve under the tree, and when they get down in the morning, it's gone. And he's gone to your best friend. And like Arsenal, it was horrendous. But for the Arsenal fan, it was amazing news. And he's an incredible player. What a player that kid is, because it doesn't have to settle. Leon touched on it. The boy's played hundreds of games in the Premier League at top level. He knows the transition was easy. Going in and around the quality players what Arsenal have as well. It was just an easy transition for him, but to steal him from Tottenham like they did was just disgusting.
And this goal, as Tim says, wasn't celebrated, and he got a standing ovation from both sets of supporters. What they don't need for Christmas is any more defensive reinforcement, because look at the numbers, Leon. The first in absolutely everything in terms of those defensive foundations. Yeah,
and that just doesn't fall into place. That is recruitment, getting the right players, getting depth within that, but also then hours spent on the coaching pitch, hours spent working as a team, understanding exactly how the manager wants you to defend in each and individual situation. So you can see how hard they are working. And when you do that in training, quite often Tim will tell you, when you're getting put through your paces at training, if the results aren't on the pitch, you start to lose belief and lose sort of, real belief in that the manager's ideas are going to work. But actually, at the moment, everything that they seem to be doing, set pieces, defensive situations, creating opportunities, all seems to be working. And then you can really buy into what the manager's asking you every time he asks you to do something different.
Absolutely right. I mean, to highlight that, 11 goals they've scored from set pieces. If they haven't scored 11 goals, the players are turning, they're asking questions why they're doing 3 hours a week on set plays. They're not asking any questions now because they know if they're not flying, if they're not scoring from open play, there's always a chance. The size of the players, the strength of them as well. But the delivery is absolutely spot on. But it's diligent on the work, on the TV screen, the analysis and on the field. Mikel's got it all going for him at the moment.
10 clean sheets of They're kept in 13 games in all competitions. So with Arsenal at home today, Manchester City.
And you say, we're going to do one hand up going near post, 2 hands up when it goes to the back post, whatever it is. Now, 3 hours a week. Can you imagine?
Well, that's borne out by the fact Arsenal have only scored a third of their league goals this season in open play.
Yeah, well, it just shows you. I mean, some teams sit back against them. It's really difficult to break down the block, so they have to find a different way. But if they score, there's no way stopping. When the delivery is on the money, like it is most of the time, I mean, the delivery is incredible, and they score, the teams have to go and have a plan B, and then they have to come out, and then they can open them up from open play. But they just find a way. They don't care how they're winning games. We talked about Liverpool. You'll never hear Mikel talking about another team the way they're imposing themselves on them. Then, they go long balls. He's used to the Premier League now. He knows what it's all about. Arne Slot last year must have thought, what's all the fuss about? This is so easy, because they just strolled it. This year, people have found them out a little bit and say, you know what, they might not like the long throws in there. They might not like a direct play. We might have to sit deep against them. You can't keep going in front of the camera afterwards and say, it was a low block against us, or we didn't like the long throws, or it was a little bit direct. All of a sudden, if you're in the opposite dressing room, you're like, that's Andy, you don't like it. Mikel's not saying that. He's learned. He's got everything now. He's got all the experience going for him. He's got the strength in depth going for him. He's got the flexibility of his team where they can play on the front foot, they can go toe-to-toe on a football match, they can go and get it off their goalkeeper, or they can go direct, or they can have a fight. They will beat you all ends up. They've got the strength better than any team in the league at the moment, and they've got a manager with the experience.
And what he has got is Crystal Palace's best player from last season in Chiesa today. It must be a strange first feeling for him. First time he's played against Palace, but he's the Arsenal fan. He got his wish, and he's found his feet nicely at Arsenal.
He has exactly what Mikel Arteta would have hoped for. I mean, we've talked about signings. Some people needing a moment to settle in. Not Ebery Chiesa. He's settled in brilliantly, and it's been great for Arsenal because the talisman in the middle of the pitch, Martin Odegaard, has struggled with a bit of injury, not necessarily been in the team as often as you'd expect, and this guy's been able to go and fill that slot, and Arsenal haven't stepped off at all. And he offers a little bit of a different role than Odegaard does, but that in itself gives Arsenal another avenue of attack, another opportunity for these players to express themselves. He can play wide if necessary, but to have already got 2 assists, which is a big part of his game. After only 4 starts, is an exceptional start.
What about the centre forward, Tim? Much discussion. Big 2 goals from him in the week in the Champions League against Atletico. But his all-round play, how has that altered, improved the way Arsenal are playing?
I really like him, Steve. I think he's a physical presence. I think he occupies the centre-backs. He creates space for the 10s, like the Ezes of this world, or Odegaard when he's playing, or Saka to come into them little pockets. I really like him. I think he threatens him behind. He will score goals. He will get on a run. He'll get more confidence. The goals in midweek would have helped his confidence. The team look like they're playing towards him. He will make a difference. The team that the games they were drawing against the lesser sides last season and the season before, he will be the difference in them games. He will score the goals when they're not playing that well. I really like him. I admire him. I think he knows English football, but he knows the Championship. He went to Portugal. His goal-scoring record was fantastic, hence why now he's at Arsenal. I think he'll be a success. I don't worry about him. OK, well, one of those goals that Tim was talking about that we were drawing was this fixture against Palace last season.
So congratulations on another win. Just how hard have you had to work for that one today?
Very hard, but we're really pleased with the win. Another clean sheet again, so we need to keep going.
Yeah, lots to be proud of at both ends of the pitch. How patient did you have to be, particularly in that first half, with the way that Palace were able to keep you out for really half an hour until your first opportunity?
Yeah, indeed. I think lately it has been like that. We just need to keep patient throughout the whole game, because we can score any time. But yeah, they try to adapt to us as well, and that's what we did today. We created some more chances in the second half. We had, it would be nice if we would have put the game to bed, but we battled until the end, and those are sweet as well.
The breakthrough coming from a set piece again, it feels as if there's a tension in the Emirates now in dead ball situations, certainly in the crowd. Do you feel it as players on the pitch, that expectation?
Yeah, a little bit, but we are excited as well. When we get a set piece, we know we can score, so it's an opportunity for us to get a goal. So we work a lot on it, and it pays off.
It's another game today where you've managed to get 3 points against opposition, which previously you've dropped points in title seasons. What's the difference? How are you seeing these games out now?
It's hard to put a finger on it, but I think every year you just learn more and more, and this year we're so strong, especially defensively as well. The whole team works really hard, and then on the other hand we put the game to bed, whether it's a set piece or an open play goal, doesn't matter to us. We just want to win games, and it's another win. Does
it feel like you're laying the foundations for something pretty special here this year? Yeah,
let's hope. We want to win every game, and we approach every game the same way, so that's how we need to continue.
All right, congratulations, well done today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
When Leandro Trossard